Hi everybody, my name is Dylan Timov, and I've been in the marketing industry for about 10 years. I currently work at American Express as a product channel owner of the referral program, which is also called Refer a Friend. And throughout my free time, I interview e-commerce business owners on what are the best tips that they can give and advice to people that are just starting in this business, and how can we all learn from them. So I try to collate all that information and then share it with you. And I decided to create this course for you so I can show you exactly step by step how to create your new e-commerce store and actually start your new business. My latest project is We Are Lumen, which is a business to consumer e-commerce store that simply sells products on a website. And I wanted to share with you how I go about all of these things and exactly how I learned how to start it from start to finish, which includes creating a website, promoting that product, finding your niche, and so on. We've broken down this course in 5 easy steps. First is choosing your niche, making sure that your product is actually needed on the market and somebody actually will benefit from it. We're going to talk about consumer behavior. We're going to talk about how to find a solution for people, hence how you can choose a product that helps people. Then we're going to talk about what the market wants, like any type of consumer research, market research, and then we're going to dive into competitive research. We're going to look into some of the competitors that I think can be great to look at while you're starting your e-commerce store. And I wanted to show you top 3 that I think are great at this. And I hope it helps you in terms of design and how they actually approach this. The 4th step is we're going to look into what options you have to actually set up your new e-commerce store in terms of domains, in terms of hosting providers, and how to exactly start doing it. I'll provide you with all the options available and you can make a decision later on which one you would like to choose. And then last and most importantly, we're going to talk about how you can make your store profitable. What can you do to actually make revenue from it so you can reinvest it back into it and you can actually make it a full-on business. So without further ado, let's dive in straight into it, and I will show you exactly how I started and what I learned throughout my journey so I can help you get started today. There's so many benefits of e-commerce. We see a lot of brands that have started e-commerce stores that were traditional in the past. For example, we can look into Walmart. Walmart has recently started their own e-commerce store, and they're well known for just going into a store and buying something and then going out. Now they mostly sell on their website and people can buy stuff straight from there. And not only that, but also sellers can apply so they can actually become approved Walmart sellers. So they can start their own business from that, and maybe later on they can create their own websites and actually start growing it on their own. So we have so many big companies, like we talked about Walmart. Of course, we see Macy's as well as one of them that's in the US. It's quite a famous department store. They've always been famous of having like a store in a mall where you go and you talk to people, you get your products and so on. But why is it so convenient for all of these huge merchants to actually start selling online? Is because it's easy, right? So you can ship it straight from a factory or straight from their headquarters to consumers. So they don't have to pay rent for big stores and so on. And in terms of employees as well, it can save them money too. And there's so many other companies that do this. Another example is Ford. Ford has always been traditional in going into a Ford dealership and getting a car. Now you can build your own car straight on a website, just like any other brand like Tesla and so on. You can just have this customizable way that's completely branded to you, and it kind of creates this amazing experience for the consumer. And that's why companies like Walmart, Macy's, Ford have taken advantage of the e-commerce industry because of its convenience and because of its profitability. Now, of course, we can't do this course and not talk about the big guys in e-commerce, the ones that actually started this whole industry. So many of them. But the ones that really come to mind is first is Amazon. They've been doing this for such a long time, and they found out how they can sell products off the post. So people buy their products and they ship it. This was one of the first products, actually, fun fact, one of the first things that they've done was they sold a product and somebody sent them cash over the post. And that somebody came from Bulgaria, which is actually my home country. So that's when Jeff Bezos thought about how can he scale this and he can make it an e-commerce store for everybody to buy any types of products, right? Because you have Amazon that are stores that provide you with all of the things. You can get groceries, you can get belts, you can get yourself a microphone, you can get yourself a microwave. So all types of variety of products that they sell. And they're most famous with that, right? Providing you with the convenience of buying anything you want at your disposal straight away on your laptop or on your phone now. The second big guy there is Apple. Apple has been so successful in e-commerce. You could just simply buy your iPhone, buy your product straight away from there, and it's gonna get delivered to you. You can also pick it up from a store. They've always designed their website in such an amazing way that it just makes you buy a product. But we're gonna talk about more about design when we go into the personalized approach and how you can do this in a better way so you can actually connect with your customers. But my favorite part of this is actually looking at the brands that continue to innovate with their loyal consumer base. One of my favorite companies that focuses on personalization and design in order to build their brand is Chili's. These are bottles, flasks, which I have one right here. And these bottles, they make them so personalized and so nice. So you can go on the website and actually order it and feel great about it. You could put your name on it or anything like that, and they look cool. They sell one product that is super successful, and they build their brand on high quality flasks that can last you up to like 24 hours or 48 hours in there. So they build their brand based on their loyal consumer base, and they try to innovate in this space so people keep coming back to them. Now I wouldn't imagine going to any other company. If I lose this bottle, I'll order another one from Chile straight away. And the most important thing to actually start your e-commerce business is to find your niche. And people talk about finding your niche is something that is quite difficult, but all you have to do is think about how can this product that you have help people in the long term so they actually connect with you on a personal level. When you think about a product, think about a solution. What are some of the things that you've seen around you that would make your life easier? Just like Chili's have created their bottle, just like Apple have their products that help people with all types of stuff. So there's usually two types of products that you can sell. Everything or niched. As we talked in the previous course, we talked about examples of e-commerce stores that sells everything, and that's Amazon. And a lot of clothing brands, and you can buy anything you want on there. You can buy you can buy a bottle of water, but then you can also buy yourself a t-shirt. To products like air fryers and other appliances that you can choose from and have this kind of broad choice for yourself, so you can then make a decision to buy something off them. And the second piece is niche products. Now, these are based on brand, on personality, and on community. Chili's is one of the examples that are currently winning in the e-commerce space, and these are flasks that they sell, and they base it off a solution that's going to help people to store their water or their hot drinks for more than 24 hours. And they really work. They're very high quality. But the one thing that they do is they personalize your journey so well while you're buying that product that you come back to them again. There's so many ways to find your niche. I personally, in the beginning, I tried using somebody from Fiverr. They helped me out a lot. They showed me the top 3 products that I can sell, but I didn't really resonate with those products. I thought that it wouldn't be fun selling them, and I thought it wouldn't be something that will grow my business. It will be good for the short term, but it wasn't really something that will continue to be hot, will continue to be needed in the next few months and years. So I've tried the Fiverr route. You can certainly try it and see if they actually get you any good suggestions, or you can also just do it yourself. You can use things like Google Trends, where you can input a keyword, for example, hydration solutions, and it will show you how many people have searched for this particular keyword and what are the questions that they're asking. One of the best ways to know what people are asking is to use a website called Ask Anything, or I think it's called Ask Socrates, where you actually input a keyword and then it's just going to give you the full-on questions, the most searched questions that people are asking for online, so you can actually see what people want to know most. And then you can make a decision whether you want to continue with this niche or maybe find something else that will help you out and actually choose your product. So there's so many of these ways of finding out how to choose the right product. You could use YouTube to see what type of things people are, what type of videos people are creating and what type of comments people are getting. You can use Quora, which is another one that people ask questions and others answer it. It helps you to know exactly what people are asking for, so you can find the right product for you that can actually help people and continue to get returning customers. It's also very important to evaluate the market before you start. For example, is your product easier to ship? Are there any costs involved with this? Where is it coming from? Which is your favorite supplier that you want to go with? There's so many variety of things that fall into this, right? That can set you back if you start selling the wrong product. For example, what's the weight of the product? What's the size of the product? How much is it going to cost you to ship 1,000 products to your place or to the warehouse or wherever you have them? And is there going to be any duty taxes? Is there going to be anything like that that's stopping you? Are there any licenses that you need to get? Is there any patent that is being already established for that product, and so on? These are kind of the things that you have to start thinking about. So you ask yourself these tactical questions like product size, weight, what is the fragility of this product? Are you selling something that it has to be marked as fragile anytime you send it, because you're going to incur more fees? And the next bit is what do people really like to buy, and what is something that will help them to live their life better? This is the thing that actually differentiates your product from others, right? Is it something generic that you just want to sell, or is it something that actually helps people? And you can start by looking at some of the examples that I'm going to show you in the next bit when we do the competitive research, and show you what are my favorite brands to look at in terms of their design and how they approach communicating with customers and how they personalize their journey. Competitive research is simply looking at companies that are in your niche and seeing what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, what keywords they're targeting, what is something that, what is their main customer base, and so on. So you can take a lot from just their websites and so on, so you can find out if there's something else that you can offer with your product. And one of the easiest ways that I found doing this is just very simply with this super simple template that I created for you, that I'm going to put it in the resources as well, so you can download it yourself and fill it up with the companies that you find. What I've added here is name, location, industry, product, pain point, notes, keywords, and then a yes or no, whether you would like to proceed with it to target this competitor or not. It's very simple. I didn't want to overcomplicate it for you. Just very 5-6 columns that you can fill in there and start your journey. So the first thing, let's just start looking at companies that are providing hydrating solutions, right? So we have Chili's, we have Yeti, and so on. But let's go and try another one, which is Hydro Flask. Now, what is Hydro Flask doing here? So when we look through their website, they are about a healthier lifestyle, innovation, and technology. Right? With one click, you can drink your bottle, you can drink your drink straight away. And if we tap in here, for example, we go into their bottles, we're going to see that they provide solutions like, for example, bigger bottles and so on, that helps keep your bottle, keep your water for 24 hours or more. And they're advertising things like, oh, our shield technology is great and so on, pro grade stainless steel and so on. And then is basically it's never gonna fade away and you're always gonna have your cool bottle, right? That's branding. So if you have Hydro Flask, then they want to make sure that you connect with their product. That's why they try to do so much on branding that helps people to actually make the right choice and buy a product from them rather than other competitors. And one of the things that they also do is they teach people certain things about hydration, how important it is, and then having your bottle everywhere you go. What this does is free marketing for them. And then the next thing that we see here on their website is something that's very important. It helps people have a purpose when they actually purchase a product from them. What they do is they help the environment, right? So Hydro Flask supports nonprofit organization focusing on building, maintaining, restoring, and providing better access to parks. So this is something that they're doing, and you feel included when you purchase a product from them, and you feel like you're doing something good. So they've helped 92 nonprofits, 1.5 million raised as well, and 26,000 battles also, and 26,000 bottles donated. So it's absolutely incredible what they're doing, and they're connecting with their customers by sharing something good that they're doing while they're buying their products. Also, they're helping people with like blogs and articles on how to stay hydrated and so on, and it helps them getting options as well on other bottles, and then they promote their own. So one of the best things that you can do with your website and your business is actually think about content that helps people. And one of the great ways of doing this is by going on this website, Answer the Public, or Google Trends, or just simple Google search. Quora as well is quite good to see what people are asking for, so you can answer their questions in an article and they can connect with your product through that article or through that social media posts. So let's just put something like how to stay hydrated here, and we're just gonna do this, and we're gonna go into United States, and we're gonna find so many of the questions that people are asking online, and we're gonna see now what they will be. So I'm still waiting. So they go by highly searched, average search, and lowest search. So the redder it is, the highest the search is. So what helps to stay hydrated? So there's the first question here we have. Let's zoom it in. What helps to stay hydrated? When you click on it, you'll be able to see that it just automatically finds something on Google and all the articles that are associated with this. When we look into this topic here, how to stay hydrated, we can see that the search volume is 3,600 a month. And the difficulty is about 78, because of course now there's a lot more companies that are doing this, but back in the day when they started, there weren't a lot. And then it shows cost per click if you would like to do some paid advertising. But what the most important thing here is the redder the topic is, the more it's being searched around. So when you look at it, what to drink to stay hydrated, it's probably going to say water. What helps to stay hydrated? What's good to stay hydrated? And if you just click on this one, it's going to automatically find all of the articles and things that are associated with hydration. So when we just scroll through the products here, we can immediately see what we found. Bottles and bottles. So Pure Clear, Active Bottle. This is an amazing search engine optimization, which we call in the marketing terms, which means that whatever people are asking for, that is the product that shows. Now, just imagine that you launch a flask company and you create articles and content that help people with their health benefits. So how to stay hydrated is one. What's good to stay hydrated is another. And imagine that somebody searches for this topic and they find your product here. When we think about what's going to happen afterwards, they're going to click on the product and buy it from you. And this is a successful e-commerce strategy based off content and helping people. That's why it's so important to actually have a store that is well branded and that connects with people more, with the help of articles, content creation, and social media as well. One of the biggest things right now is creating video on social media and helping people with questions that they have about their health and wellness, if you choose to go with a flask company, for example. So let's go ahead and click on one of them right now. It's going to take us to Pure Clear filters. What they're doing essentially, it's a water bottle, and you can attach it to your bag and so on, and you can stay hydrated on the go. This company here has done an amazing job of actually looking at the competitors and kind of competing with them on the content that they're creating and making sure that theirs stays on the first page of Google. As soon as you click on it, the first thing you see is a bottle that you're gonna buy, and then you go through it, and when you look to the product, you just click add to cart and you're all set to go. You purchase something from this company. So that is a very successful marketing strategy that I wanted to run you through at first. When you're looking through their website, you can see that they tick all the points and all the boxes. So here specifically, there's no pain point. So they have the product, number one. They have the great description. It shows that it's in stock. The one thing that they don't have is reviews, which you can really look into and see how can you make your store show that people are actually starting using your products and like them. So you have to connect with people and you can ask them for a review afterwards, which then is going to create more people to click on your products and get you up in the search results. The one great thing that they've done here is they have this making a difference. So you know you purchase the product and then you know that it's going to help people. 771 million people lack basic access to clean and safe drinking water. So with every bottle that you buy, it helps provide water for countries that don't currently have access, or people that are in locations that they can't really find water and they don't have the resources. So you can donate as well, which helps make a difference. So that's an amazing example. We could just say something like this. I'll just say pain point, no reviews, notes, great example, mission statement, and products. Keywords is what's good to stay hydrated. And you could just do something like how to stay hydrated as well. So you can target those keywords. And then you can just choose and say, oh, well, we're going to go with yes or no for that product. So we're going to say if we're going to choose it or not. So after you have all of them here, you can then make a decision and say, okay, am I going to choose this competitor or not? And you just click yes, and you should be all good to go if you would like to continue. So let's just choose yes here and remove the no. Okay, so we're done. We chose this. We say no reviews, they're pain points. So what can you do to focus on reviews, right? So you can be better than them when you start promoting your product. So this is the part on competitive research that you can do in order to find out what competitors are lacking so you can do it better than them. After we've looked at competitive research and market research, it's now time to actually create your store. And there are a couple of things that you need to consider before you start with your website and your business. The first is choosing your platform. Whether you want to do it for long term or short term, there's so many choices that you have in terms of choosing the right platform. The first is Shopify. A lot of people use it because it's quite easy to start straight away. You can just put a product in there, have a nice design, and then continue to, and then basically promote it either with content or social media. So a lot of people go with Shopify. There's also two more that are very famous as well. One is Wix, which is also a platform that helps you to create a website. And the third one is WooCommerce, which is a part of WordPress. And it's a little bit more technical. So if you want to get started, I would suggest you can get started with Shopify. And after that, you can move through and actually, when you learn a little bit more about the technicalities, you can continue with your store. You can continue developing your store in WooCommerce on WordPress. The switching can be a little bit challenging, but if you want to just get started easily, you can start with Shopify or Wix because WordPress is quite technical. The second thing that you have to consider is choosing your domain name. When you're choosing your domain name, make sure that you take the time to actually find what domain names are available first and what are some of the cool things that you can do that represent your brand the best. I can't tell you the exact name that you're going to choose, but it can be something connected to the industry that you're selling in or the business that you're in. So if it's something about hydro flasks or something, you could do something in terms of health and wellness for people and choose the right name for you. When you choose your domain name, you have to purchase it from a hosting provider. There are 3 main hosting providers that I know of. First one is GoDaddy, which is one of the most famous ones. The second one is HostGator, and the other one is Bluehost. So these are the top three that I have used in the past. And one additional one that I would like to provide as well here is Namecheap. They're actually quite good. Lately, they've been one of the best providers actually. They're quite fast. Their customer service is great, and you can give it a shot with them. And I think they're the cheapest out of all. So when you have your domain ready, you can then actually purchase it from these hosting providers. And when you buy it, you'll also be able to purchase hosting, which will allow you to actually have your website publicly available for people. So both of these things go hand in hand together. So you get a domain name, secures your name of the business, and you get hosting so you can actually have it publicly, and you can then have it on Google and so on, and promote your products and so on. So they both always go hand in hand together. When you create your website, I would like to give you some of the really cool website designs that I have seen in the past. And one of my favorites is this one. It's Camden Town Brewery. When we look at this design, it makes you feel very kind of connected, engaged, and very kind of like you want to purchase something from them. They make it so easy for you with animation and so on. And it's like so well designed. You have the red, and then you have all their beers across. So this is a local owned brewery in London, and it has all of their most famous beers here. You got Hamden Hells, and then you got Camden Pale Ale, and their most famous one, IPA here. I'm not a really big beer drinker, but I resonate with this website a lot because it's really fun and it's really cool. So try to engage with your customers when you're actually creating your website to make sure that it's like appealing and cool for them and has all the available things that you want them to do in order to purchase your product. So for example, the first thing that they have here is shop. So if you click on shop, you'll see that there's a core beers. You click on core beers and it immediately shows the featured beer that they have here. So Imperial Pilsner. This for you could be, if you're in the hydro flask industry, this could be your main product that you would like to sell. And then check it out. And then you're gonna go in here and say, oh wow, that's actually quite awesome because that's their featured product right now. And then you can see how well it's made. You have the beer bottle here, and you have the name here, the price, and you can just simply add it straight away and you can purchase it. So this is one of the best examples that I can give about a company that is actually selling a product that you usually would get in a pub or a bar. You could just do it online straight from them. And it's super easy. So anyone that's in the alcohol industry and so on can take a really good example of this company. So you see, you can get like a whole box of beer, so 12 beers for 18 pounds. Just when you click add in cart, it immediately shows here, and all you have to do is check out, enter your name, your number, and so on, and your address, and you'll be able to purchase it. And by just looking at it, I think they're using the Shopify to create the store because it shows immediately like the contact information here, and I'm quite familiar with it. I think they're using Shopify here. It on the right side, you can see like super clean and super nice. So that's how they do it, and it's like a great design that actually makes you buy a product from them straight away. So I quite like it. It's one of the examples that I wanted to show, and I think the best designs that I have seen that work are when they're using something called a grid. That's like a square grid. So you see like the products in square boxes, and they're like the top three here and so on. And then you see like it always goes from left to right, and they're separated in either threes or twos across. And in here they have some of the merchandise that they're selling, and then all of their beers, most of their collaborations and so on here as well. So it's quite easy to navigate and easy to purchase in the end. So I would highly suggest like looking at some of the designs that you really liked before and you really bought products from, so you can actually set up your own store with the same examples. How to generate revenue from your e-commerce business. There are so many things that are involved with this, right? Whether that's branding, whether that's how your website is designed, are you connecting with your customers? What are the things that you're doing to benefit someone? Are there any pain points that you can consider? Is your product actually providing a solution to people? Is it a service-based product? Is it an actual physical product? Is it digital? And so on. All of these are quite important to actually generate revenue so you can then reinvest it back into your business and grow it even more. so it's something that is sustainable for you in the long term. The one way of doing this is driving traffic to your website. If we forget about the design and so on, and if we focus simply on driving traffic, how can you do this? Is by optimizing for search engine optimization. So having your website on Google, adding your website into the Google map, what they call it, where all of the websites are. Whenever you search something on Google, to ensure that your website actually shows in there with related keywords that people resonate with when they're looking for a product or service that you are offering. As we went through hydro flasks, companies that are helping people with hydration and so on, this is a part of what they've done in terms of keyword research that helps these companies connect with people based off a question that they're searching for. So we talked about some of the keyword research tools, but I want to summarize the top 3 that I have found. Google Keyword Tool is completely free. You can use it. And then there's another one called Ahrefs, or Ahrefs as well, I think they call it, which is another SEO tool that helps you to find out the best keywords that people search for. And the third one is SEMrush, which is also paid just like Ahrefs. You can find keyword difficulty, how many people actually look for it, and so on. So you can make a decision whether you want to go with any of those. And the next really thing that I find the most useful now in 2023 is promoting your product and service on social media, whether that is by Instagram Reels or, for example, LinkedIn videos. If you're into the business to business selling, you can choose which platform you would like to use. For example, if you are providing a product, I would suggest Instagram Reels, and you can do this by these short videos that you can create about your product or about something that your product helps, and then have your link in the description so people can actually buy it from you. This way you connect with people, you help them with something that they're looking for, and you also provide them with a product in the end. What this does is it makes people connected to your brand, to your product, and to you, so you can then build a loyal customer base, which is one of the most important things when you want to have a niched brand and people that are connected to you and that resonate with your product in a long-term basis. So one of my favorite examples of companies that are connecting with their customers and their target audience is a company called American Giant. And these are clothes that are completely American made. So made in the USA. People resonate with this because most of the products that we know, they come from overseas. And what they're trying to do here is help people to show them that you can also make incredible quality clothes that are made in the US. And people are choosing them above others because they know that their product is made in the US, and they know that they have helped the economy, and also it's going to be the highest quality product that they will wear. So what they're doing is they're selling some hoodies and some sweatshirts and so on. They're quite highly priced, but you know that when you buy this product, it's going to be a lifetime thing. If you don't lose it, you're going to keep it for a lifetime, and it's not going to get either damaged and so on. And when we look at the reviews, people just continuously provide some 5-star reviews that they really like it, or if they buy for a gift and so on. It kind of shows them, it kind of helps them to say, well, my product is made in the USA and I'm proud to be in America. As you said from these examples, it's really important to find a balance and to have a product that resonates with people in order to build a brand first, so people can continue buying from you. Thank you for staying until the end of this course. I really appreciate you watching through all of the modules, and I hope it helped you, because my only goal is to give you the confidence so you can start your own e-commerce business today. Not only the confidence, but also I hope it helped you to see different views on how you can actually generate revenue and grow your business so it's a long-term sustainable company. If you would like to connect, I will leave my email and my LinkedIn below, so you can always reach out to me if you have any more questions. I'll also leave my newsletter, which I'm going to be sharing some of the parts of this course as well, and having all your feedback on there so we can connect on a personal level. Thank you so much, and have an awesome day.